Something I've kind of noticed about myself in the past 2 years is I'm a little bit, just a little bit of a hater. And when I say that, I don't mean I'm some sort of bully where I just make fun of the way people talk, the way people live, the way people dress, or anything like that. When I hate on stuff that's objectively bad. Like when someone does something that's actually reprehensible and actually deserves hate and criticism because it's genuinely like poor behavior or it's just morally wrong. But it gets to a point where you kind of sit there and you ask yourself like, why am I hating? And the reason I say that is because it's kind of with the title of this video, and it's that there are times in the world where we have every right to hate. When someone wrongs us and does horrible things to us, we have nothing but hatred in us, and it's not our fault. But at the end of the day, when something bad happens and you know you can't reverse it, it's out of your control, there's just no point in hating. And that's when you need to be the bigger person. Because I've felt so many times in my life where I just feel so wronged. I feel so just upset at the world and everything around me because it's just not fair for me personally. And yeah, I can hate, but sometimes I just ask myself, like, is hating gonna make things any better? And every single time I've gotten to that point in my life, I've said no because it quite literally doesn't change anything. And it's not that you just sit and pout about it and say, oh, that person is horrible. You just kind of look at yourself and you kind of just show yourself a little respect and you say, I want to be better. I deserve better than this. I'm just going to move on and I'm just going to rebuild what's been broken. And to kind of help with this, I'm going to kind of give like an analogy. Like imagine this. Imagine you go out on your front porch and you have chalk. You're going to draw something on your driveway. And when you're driving that, all of a sudden a storm comes by and just starts pouring rain. So they're like, I don't want to get wet. I don't want to get hit by lightning even. I'm going to go into the shelter. I'm going to go in my house where it's safe and comfy. And then after, you're just sitting there watching the rain pour on your artwork that you worked so hard on, and everything is just smudged along the sidewalk and the concrete. And you're just kind of like, are you serious? So then the storm ends, and you decide, okay, I'm gonna go outside and look at it, and then it's all ruined. And yeah, that cloud absolutely destroyed your work, and you have every right to just start saying horrible things to a cloud, which if you're doing that, you're schizophrenic, but like, you could say all these things. But at the end of the day, that cloud doesn't care about you. It's just gonna keep on its course and just kind of leave you in the dust. So all you can really do is just take a deep breath, just accept this situation you're in and just redraw what has been broken because it just shows so much about a person when you just be the bigger person because you show to someone else that you respect yourself because you're not willing to spend a bunch of time and energy worrying about some loser who wronged you because you're better than that. Every single person watching this, including me, is better than that. There's no reason to diss someone even though they've done you wrong because, bruh, you can do better. You are stronger than that person. Don't give in to them. Don't be like, you kind of turn into them by hating on them. And that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Because being the bigger person, like I said before, you have everything in the world to hate, but you decide not to. And it really kind of is disgraceful to yourself when you start to hate because you just kind of sit there and you're like, you're letting your emotions cloud your judgment. You don't really use your brain and thought like the things from the heart. They aren't there. They're not like, "Oh, stay out of this" because you have so much hatred in you and then you just let that get the hold of you. And to me that's kind of immature, but it's understandable when people do that and when we feel like that because we all are gonna get mad when something makes us mad. Like it's so obvious, but it does take time to learn, but you should always try to not hate. Because yeah, I'm right. I'm hating on all these things that are bad, like a pedophile or some horrible decision, some politician, not even to be political, just random stuff. But it's like, even though I'm right, I don't need to prove to other people that I'm right because I know that already. And I'm not insecure. Like, you don't need to know that. You don't need to know that I'm right. I need to know I'm right, and that's all I care about because at the end of the day, all your hate and everything comes from you, so only you should really care about it. There's no point in using it to hurt other people, even if they've wronged you, like I've said and reiterated 10,000 times in this video. But what I kind of want to say in this video is not to never feel anger, not to just like look at things and just be like, I'm just not gonna get mad even though they've done bad things. It's more of just make your anger kind of something that's to you. Don't really act on it. What you kind of want to do is just understand that you are in the right and just move on because that's only benefiting you. Even if you want to spend the extra effort on doing all this hating stuff, yeah, whatever, that's completely understandable, but you're just not, that's not what you're worth. You're worth more than that. And I've seen a situation a lot where I'm in like a 2v1 scenario where I'll be in like a, not I'll be because this isn't really gonna happen, but I've had times in my life where I've been in like a 2v1 situation, like an argument, where I know I'm correct, but it kind of feels unfair because there are two people just nagging in my ear, just kind of like making it so I feel terrible. Like it feels so horrible when you like there's two people nagging at one person because it just feels unfair even if you're correct because two against one, you're never gonna win. But even though you're in those kind of scenarios, like the best thing you can do is just de-escalate things and just be the bigger person. Just say to them, not even say to them, just don't do anything. Don't hate. Don't put the hate on other people. Just channel that. Not to save it for later, but understand your feeling. Kind of be like, oh yeah, I'm feeling a lot of things right now, but it's not worth it to me or another person to just for me to just start hating. So in all honesty, you kind of just look at yourself and you say, I'm better than this. I'm not like that. I'm not gonna sit there and be a little baby and whine because I'm quote unquote losing an argument. It's so pointless. And like the more you think about it and the more you like kind of actually see it, you realize how stupid it is when people like kind of do that. So, pretty much more or less in the story, you're better than what you think you are. Even if it's just stepping away from something that makes you mad or just trying to be the bigger person. But you should always aim to be that even if you're angry. It just doesn't make sense to ponder and stay stuck on something that you hate so much because you feel like you have to get someone back because they've wronged you. Because in the world we live in, that's not how it works. And I'm not trying to get super philosophical, whatever. But it's in your best interest to want to improve yourself. There's no point in putting yourself through more torment after being tormented, if that makes sense. But that's kind of all I wanted to say in this video. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded in a while. I've been getting a little lazy, but don't worry, I will keep pumping out videos. Don't worry. I have not forgotten about everyone, but be better, bro. Because I know you all can. And I believe that very much.